when a guy has those advantages in boxing skill and speed, and they don't take risks, they are almost impossible to beat. You do not hold, and you are throwing punches. Boxing is hit and don't get hit. Shakur is the best at that. When a great pure boxer is putting on a performance, some people will complain, oh, it's boring because there's no drama.
Right.
But you have to, I at least, appreciate the fact that he's operating on such a high level that there is no drama. He is in total control. And I just, when you see something like that, I said, you hang it in the Louvre. It's a masterpiece.
Yes.
And I said, with that style he fought, it doesn't matter who he fight, he would give them trouble.
Max Kellerman examines the possibilities. Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney is not a slugfest, but rather a top-tier chess duel. He highlights Stevenson's superior timing, defense, and counterpunch accuracy while praising Haney's discipline, jab control, and ring generalship.
The way Shakur fought. I know you guys think I get on Devin Haney.
No,
and I
was
like
just
Devin
thinking
Haney.
about it. That's a
but
prime
here's the
example of what
difference.
you're talking about.
Devin Haney boxed beautifully against Norman early and then stopped boxing. He started sitting on a lead, which is running and holding. That's not boxing. Shakur boxed every second of that fight. Shakur, I can't even think of the time where Shakur grabbed Teo and held him. Not one time. Like, maybe it happened.
He
I don't
actually was
remember.
being physical inside, but Teo was initiating.
Shakur, here's boxing. Boxing is standing in punching range, right? You move your leg, you use your legs when you got to get out of range. You do not hold, and you are throwing punches. Boxing is hit and don't get hit. Shakur is the best at that.
So 2 points I want to make real quick. One is, yes, you're right, Max. Different than Devin Haney. Shakur, what I would say, he only did that once. It was like maybe the end of round 9. He did it for like 20 seconds. He didn't do it again.
He did. I know what you're talking about.
It was like a weird.
According to Max Kellerman, Shakur Stevenson has already established a strong enough resume to bear boxing's spotlight thanks to his world titles, technical prowess, and defensive prowess. He believes that both purists and casual fans can follow Stevenson as a fighter.
Rank fighters in a division, it has to be based on merit, who they beat. It must be the resume because they're earning a shot at the title.
Yes.
That is not the same as pound for pound.
Okay.
Pound for pound is what you truly believe in a given moment, right? So, yes, you should have some evidence. It can't just be a hunch.
Right.
But once you have the evidence you think you need, like, for example, that fight,
Come on, man.
it is legitimate for someone to say that they believe that Shakur is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. When I listen to what you say, Shady, what I'm hearing is, look, underneath, I really think Shakur is number one, but because I gotta give credit to Usyk for what he's doing in a bigger division, and you know what? I kind of agree with that. Where are you guys with this?
I don't agree with that at all. I think Shakur has to do that 2 more times or 3 more times to be considered the face of boxing. I think he had a great performance.
Different conversation, face of boxing and number one pound for pound.
I'm only going off of where I know Shady is headed. I'm kind of punching where I know he's going to be because he really believed that Shakur is the face of boxing.
Although he welcomes any competitor who is willing to put themselves to the test against him, Shakur stated that he is confident in his abilities and doesn't believe anyone can beat him.
So performance, that this was a Floyd Mayweather-esque performance. What do you take when you hear those comparisons?
It's good to hear. It's good to hear because a lot of people don't realize how great I am. I've been told them this. It's like you got to keep saying it over and over, and it's like, as I'm saying, it's like I'm wasting my breath because it's like people like, no, you know, oh, fight this guy. Oh, you won't do this to Teofimo Lopez. You won't da-da-da-da. It's a video of like me and when me and Cameron was going back and forth, he said something like, oh, take yourself to 140 and fight Teofimo Lopez so he can knock your head off. And now it's like, I did it, and like I said, now people getting to see what
Haney would frequently have to reset as reflexes and timing would concentrate on angles, counters, and distance manipulation.
all of these guys, if y'all want me to come to 147, I'm coming there with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10-pound rehydration. Like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys gonna give it up to
Yeah.
170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, what am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Haney, an orthodox boxer by nature, would attempt to control the center of the ring and set the tempo with his precise jab, foot placement, and defensive gripping.
See fights, accomplishments, because now Shakur is a 4-way world champion. Devin is a 3-way world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion. So he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner. 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, as far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. So he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion, and that was it. He was in his prime too, Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140. Not taking away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47, they were saying. Lomachenko was a little older and small.
Stevenson added more than just another prize to his collection with his decisive victory over Teofimo Lopez. It cemented his status as one of boxing's top. Stevenson dominated from beginning to end in his fight against Lopez for the WBO and Ring Magazine Junior welterweight titles.
Masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful. You heard his father say in the corner, what happened to your fast hands? That didn't work, man.
Just overall, just given the styles and in boxing so well, was there any way that Teo could have put on a better performance, a better plan, and gotten a better result?
No, I don't think whatever he would have brought to the table would have worked, man. Shakur just got a great boxing mind. That's just it. He's got a great boxing mind, and once he put his mind to it, he's gonna get the job done.
What is it gonna take to beat someone like him?
I don't know, Brian. Probably want to stay away from that.
His domination is further demonstrated by the statistics. Throughout the bout, Stevenson connected more successfully with both jabs and power strikes and landed a lot more punches altogether.
19, I think, to 109 with the scorecard, so basically 11 rounds to 1. What did you think about the outcome and the fact that he was able to win so dominantly?
One, shout out to New York. The true Bruce Carrington, he's world champion now. I'm so proud of him.
Fact.
Been watching him fight the undercards and all this stuff forever, and he's a world champion tonight. I was bawling, I was crying, yo. So shout out to him. He shine every time he come out to see his story, see how much he done overcame everything. Now he get his 12th round knockout, looking good against Jermaine Ortiz. Wonderful. Now we got the main event with Shakur, and I knew that was gonna happen. Everybody be talking all that rah to me. I know boxing, and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is stopping. I can't ask.
Floyd Mayweather discussed a previous sparring match between Shakur and Devin Haney. Stevenson, claiming that it displayed exceptional talent and was extremely competitive. He praised both fighters' poise and skill, noting their quickness, deft technique, and concentration.
Crazy numbers. It's going to be hard to break my record because you have so many people stealing. So many people stealing.
Streaming, yeah.
Yeah, streaming. It's still stealing. If they're not paying for it and they're getting it free.
Shakur and Devin showed off their equal skill levels through their sparring, matching one another shot for shot and exchanging strong strikes. Stevenson has stated unequivocally that he is ready to take on any opponent that wants to confront him. He maintains that he embraces competition at the greatest level and denies the notion that he is avoiding difficult matches. Stevenson frequently demands big fights to demonstrate his status in the sport because he thinks a true champion should be prepared to take on the greatest fighters out there. His abilities, preparedness, and prior results against top competitors give him confidence. He wants to demonstrate to supporters and detractors that he is not defending his record, but rather aggressively looking for tasks that have purpose. According to Stevenson, he wants the greatest battles and sees every conceivable opponent as a chance to show off his skills. By adopting this mentality, he positions himself as a fighter ready to prove himself and establish himself as one of the biggest names in boxing.
Fights that make more sense. I'm like, nah, he just keeps saying my name to the public. This is the fight that people want to see. My fan base, they want to see this fight. I put the fight together. 2 days before the fight, now he's sick. He poisoned, somebody massaged him and did something to him. I don't know, all this shit that he kept talking about, but I'm just like showing y'all like what type of person I am. I be bugging like, but I know my wrongs. Like I understand, that's why now I gotta like understand it's a business and not just get talked into doing things.
Floyd Mayweather, meanwhile, denied that Devin's excellence was demonstrated by his sparring exploits, contending that success in the gym does not equate to actual combat. He mockingly praised Bill for having an unbeaten boxer in the gym, but emphasized that real champions must demonstrate their mettle on fight night in front of the world. Devin still needs to show superiority in professional fights, according to Mayweather, rather than depending just on sparring tales. The conversation swiftly turned personal as the two men exchanged scathing remarks regarding reputations and careers.
So you popping it, so nigga, when I pop it, what's the problem? Because other niggas don't pop it? You know what I'm saying? You pop it 1,000 times. Nigga, you was talking about that sparring shit. Nigga, you beat niggas up in sparring. I didn't watch you beat niggas up. And when my son got down on you, you dig what I'm saying? You act like, you tell us,
Bill, if your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got an undefeated fighter in the gym.
Devin Haney, meantime, has maintained on numerous occasions that Shakur Stevenson made a costly choice by turning down their scheduled duel on financial terms. According to Haney, he proposed a 25% purse split to Stevenson and maintained that, even though it was the lower portion, the total payoff would have exceeded all of Stevenson's prior profits put together. Haney saw the prospect as a means of obtaining legacy-defining fame in the lightweight category in addition to a sizable paycheck. He proposed that by putting Stevenson in a high-stakes championship match, accepting the fight may have instantly raised his status. Additionally, Haney hinted that declining such a deal was detrimental to both competitors and postponed one of the most anticipated bouts in boxing history. He claimed that both men's careers would have benefited from the fight's enormous fan and media attention.
Shakur's resume and look at my resume. Who's brought the tougher opposition, me or him? The 25% would have been, bigger than all his fights put together he made.
All put together?
Put together.
Were you shocked that he said no?
Yeah, ego, made him say no. His ego and the people around him. Kambosos offered me the 22% and the 2 fights to go to Australia and to go sign with a different promoter and to, get the vaccine and go do this and do that. Now that I'm the champion and I'm giving somebody the offer to make more money than they ever made in their life, put together in all their fights, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. See, when I fought Kambosos, it wasn't for all the money. I was fighting for the same money that I was already making. I know that I could beat him. I know that once I win, I'm gonna be able to call the shots and make all the money myself. So now it's that time. And they don't want.
Sean Porter looks at what might be a Shakur. One of the most competitive fights that might be made in boxing today is Stevenson versus Devin Haney. He believes that both fighters provide remarkable speed, accuracy, and ring savvy, making it very challenging to pick a favorite. According to Porter, neither guy depends on brute force. Rather, they rely on anticipation, posture, and timing. He likens the fight to a fast-paced game of chess where every move needs to be considered because a single, minor error could result in the loss of a round. Porter asserts that the competition would be about who can think most quickly and respond quicker in crucial situations, rather than who can throw more blows.
Beating Shakur Stevenson.
Right?
I really don't know who I see beating him.
It's good.
The thing with that is it's an amazing fight because both guys are very quick, very intuitive, and very fast and sharp. I do lean with, I'm not even gonna pick a winner in that because this is my first time playing it in my head and I just see it, it's just so back and forth. And it's that fast chess that we always talk about, and it's that fast chess, which it's gonna be slick.
What wins a fast chess match? What makes a difference?
Who's fastest?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's who's fastest, and it's also not just who's fastest with the hands, but also mentally to make that setup in that second move. Both guys have the ability.
The momentum could change frequently during the battle since each fighter can create opportunities with feints, footwork, and angles. As the rounds go on, he thinks spectators will witness both boxers testing reactions and countering methods, resulting in continual tactical alterations. In the end, Porter proposes that the bout would showcase top-tier boxing prowess, mental acuity, and technical accuracy, creating a thrilling, dramatic encounter that would hold spectators' attention from the first bell to the verdict.
The fight really is just a matter of who's able to set up and capitalize the fastest. That's a fantastic fight.
You think we see it?
Love to see that.
Yeah, but do you think? I think so. I think we get it at maybe 140.
I'm not rushing that fight, and I don't think we get it at 140. I think if we get it at 135.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Shakur. Maybe Shakur's got, I don't know, maybe a couple fights, if not less than that, at 130. And then I think a blessing for us would be Shakur going after fighters, not going after belts, not going after a championship title, but going after belts, or excuse me, going after fighters. If he decides to go after fighters because it's getting him everything that he really did turn pro to.
Many experts believe that Shakur Stevenson sets himself apart from the majority of boxers in his generation. They highlight Stevenson's extraordinary ring acumen, innate athleticism, and ability to change tactics mid-fight. According to Andre Ward, Stevenson is a blank canvas who, even under extreme pressure, can use creativity, poise, and astute judgment to create any style or strategy he wants in the ring. Many observers believe that Stevenson regularly outperforms high opponents due to his footwork, distance control, and tactical adaptability. His triumph with Teofimo Lopez amply demonstrated those attributes, as he carefully controlled range and pace to keep his opponent from launching a continuous attack. Ward's compliment is consistent with a broader consensus among experts that Stevenson's superior technical prowess and boxing knowledge were the main factors in that decisive victory. They believe that his accuracy, endurance, and versatility set him apart from many of his peers and make him one of the most complete modern fighters in the sport.
He better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance
He
tonight?
did what he had to do, man. You know, there's always room for improvement. You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You know, you also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know.
What did you see from the outside that he might?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that. He could have touched on, but again, he's in there, you know. So he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not, so you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on well, he tried to get going. He just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first round. Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands and starts playing the clown game, he out of answers. He's down to just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And, you know, was at 4 divisions now? 26, 30, 35, 40.
Max Kellerman asserts that Shakur Stevenson is on par with Alexander Usyk in terms of pure boxing prowess, highlighting his supremacy against Teofimo Lopez as evidence of his exceptional technical proficiency. Usyk's pound-for-pound reputation stems from his victories over naturally larger heavyweights, including Joshua and Fury, but Shakur gets notoriety for his timing, control, and accuracy in the ring. Shakur's ability to control the center of the ring, manage distance, and dictate every element of the fight was emphasized by Kellerman and the panel, leaving Lopez perplexed and unable to put a plan in place. In contrast to Shakur demonstrated the technique of hitting and not getting hit, which is a tactic used by fighters who rely on strength or aggression, a characteristic of legendary boxers like Pernell Whitaker and Floyd Mayweather.
And he had a very competent.
That's Usyk's resume.
What?
Yes. He said Usyk, great fighter.
Right. Right. So that was competitive fights, right? He won. It was competitive fights. When you watch Shakur with Teo,
it was a shutout.
It was a shutout.
It was two different
There was nothing
classes of
competitive
fighter.
about that.
Wait, I want Mike.
Yes.
Get in here because I have something to say about this
Yeah,
fight.
look, I was about to actually agree with Shady for
You
once.
should.
I don't think it's crazy to have Shakur number 2. He looked that good. And I want to say, right, I've been critical of Shakur in the past because I don't like when fighters are not engaging. Look, Max, you and I both love that classical boxing style. And what he did on Saturday is the style I love. He was not running. He was standing his ground. He was boxing, moving, using his jab. Beautiful check hook off the jab. That's the kind of fighting I like seeing, the kind of boxing I like. We're not going to get crazy on Usyk, though.
But
Usyk was a man at 200 that beat up 270 pounds.
He's not getting crazy. He's giving what he's saying is whatever he's doing. What he is saying, and I agree with Shady here, is his suspicion is Shakur's actually number one, but he won't give it to him over Usyk because of what you're saying, Mike.
Would Shakur's defense and counterpunching win the bout, in your opinion, or would Haney's jab and ring control suffice? Post your hypotheses and justifications in the comments.